us get our next pitch finalist on the stage. That is Kurasa. Karibu sana.
CBC has introduced what they call formative assessments. This is assessments that are done on a regular basis. So every teacher has got to assess every learner in every outcome after they teach. So this means that once we are done with this lesson, a 40-minute lesson, I have to know if each and every learner in my class understood the concept, and I have to document this. And this is a compliance issue whereby if a ministry official walks in, they want to see the record, and they want to know this. This affects 12 million learners in Kenya, and there's about 300,000 teachers in the system who are going to be in this CBC system, and this is expected of them. Let's listen.
Brenda, it's been long.
Nancy, you can say that again.
And Byron, he's all grown already.
He just made captain of the junior football team.
Hey, congratulations.
And by the way, Nancy, ni vizuri tumepatana. Siwe ni mwalimu. My boy has been having trouble with math. You know, algebra, board maths na kadhalika. And I'm just finding about it so late in the day.
Worry not.
I wish there was a way we could monitor our children's progress and intervene in good time.
Brenda, there is. I'll strongly recommend that your son's school use Kurasa.
What's that?
Kurasa is an easy-to-use daily assessment tool which helps teachers quickly and accurately assess a learner's performance and upload it onto their profiles for parents to view.
Oh, wow! This looks like something the school administration should know about. What did you call it again?
Kurasa. And teachers love it because it makes the assessment work much easier.
Know when and how to intervene with Kurasa, the revolutionary assessment tool for a fun and engaging experience with great learning outcomes. SMS Kurasa to 20264 to learn more.
Thank you. So this is a problem. 80% of the time spent in class is rote learning. Rote learning is the teacher comes to write on a board and students are copying. So that is education as it is happening in our classrooms. And this is because the amount of work, the laborious nature of teaching makes it impossible for teachers to do the right thing. So these assessments are usually recorded at the end of the term. Like now they just closed school. They have to spend a couple of days to now fill in what actually happened for each learner. And this is stuff that they taught 3 months ago. And this is why you see parents are having an issue. Now they have to wait so long before they realize that actually their child was not able to understand simple concepts that are actually foundational. And that's why we keep having students transitioning and still don't have foundational learning. So this is our solution. So we have taken the entire curriculum and digitized it in a very easy to use solution that is accessible on a phone, on a mobile, tablet, or on a computer. And this takes a very short time because now they take about 2 minutes at the end of the class to just note down what each and every learner's outcome was. Like I said, we have digitized each and every bit of the curriculum for all the learning areas in all the grades. This includes special needs education, and that's a very commonly forgotten category of learners. And then this now also gives now live analytics to schools and to teachers and also to parents. So yeah, we also have a Guardians app that we have built now that now brings in parents into the picture. They're able to see the breakdown of each and every outcome. What is my child struggling with? What was the progress? And they're able to now follow with learning as it goes on within the term. So the market size in Kenya for the 12 million learners estimates that the entire market would be $443 million. And this is only in Kenya. In Africa, for the CBC aligned countries, this is up to $5 billion US dollars as an annual market. Of course, the service obtainable market is $300 million. For now, we are currently focused on the primary market, which is Kenya, and that's where we have most of our success. So to date, we have achieved 2.5 million assessments, with 8,000 assessments being done every day. Every day we help track 8,000 assessments, each and every day. And these are assessments that are being done by teachers in the classrooms and delivered to parents. Currently, we are working in 17 counties in Kenya, Nairobi having the most of the schools, but we have schools as far as Lamu, just next to the border of Somalia, and over on the other side, as far as Trans Nzoia, we have schools that we are working with. And this is affecting at least 22,000 learners. So we work with teachers primarily to help them deliver better to the learners and to their parents. So these are the transformation that we see for teachers. It helps them to improve. It's a career progression and productivity tool. Now for learners, we have now more motivated and curious learners, and then it translates now to better learning outcomes. We also have information for schools and management. We have competition in the school management software and mostly the grade books that are manually. That's what I talked about. And what we have as a strong advantage is we have a differentiated service which is core-focused on assessments. We have exclusive partnerships with vast providers. These are providers who add value-added services onto the product. And we have a strong team with experience in the education sector. And down here, what I'm missing is we already have an investor on board with us. So our revenue model, we make money by billing licenses as a software as a service. And we bill between $40 to $52 every term. So this is the traction, and this year we are on track to making $93 million. This number is adjusted because of the dollar Kenya shilling deflection rate. But what is important to note is that we are 10xing our revenue each and every year. And this is the tangent that we have taken and we want to continue for the next couple of years. So our projections is to do $2.3 million by the 5th year. The row at the last bit shows our revenue projection for, I'm sorry, you can't see at the bottom, but the 5th year would be able to do $2.3 million, which we would think is our service obtainable market. So we are raising to $50,000 of a seed stage nominated in debt or equity, and the milestones is we want to get to 300,000 teachers and $1 million in ARR before we go for our Series A. So this is our product roadmap. We are currently working we have just put our guardians into our product, and now we're moving towards assessment standardization, junior, other curriculums, including the Christian curriculum, the ACA, and now moving towards a tutor platform for content monetization. We have a very big target for pushing content for students who are not meeting their outcome expectations. We have a team with 21 years of experience in this field.
Can I go first?
Yes, please do, Prof.
Okay, thank you. I have just one question. How is your model different from what KICD is doing, because they also have an assessment tool for the same?
Yeah, so KICD has only done the curriculum designs, which incorporate each and every outcome and what this means, what the outcomes are described in rubrics. So what we are doing is we have built it in a digital structure that makes it easy for a teacher to go online and do that. So KICD have given designs which are basically templates that now publishers and book publishers are taking and printing books. These are the grade books. So what we have done is gone an extra step and made it now easier And we're using KICD content, KICD assessment structure, basically the whole design, which KICD doesn't do.
Maybe my question is still on the risks. What are the risks attached to your business, and how do you plan maybe to mitigate those risks?
Thank you. So as at last year when we were raising our pre-seed round, the biggest risk was the political interference in education, where the just government that has just joined, there were a lot of talks about scrapping CBC, which posed a big risk because that is that is the branding by which we go against. So what we did is we diversified curriculum. So in schools where they have additional services that they offer, we also include those curriculum, things like sporting, things like faith-based, like we have a school that's tracking faith-based outcomes for some of the activities that they do. So this means that if the curriculum CBC was to be rolled back, they would still find value. And either way, this is a solution where if a curriculum was to change, all we would need to do is just take the new curriculum and retrofit it. But there is a brand risk where we are too associated with CBC, and potentially would have meant at the time that we are no longer as useful. So to de-risk that, we go into more curriculums and now slowly remove the amount of CBC association into our business.
Yeah, the final one. In a minute, could you really explain what your business model is all about?
Yes, so our business model is software as a service. Our software is leased to schools where they pay every term for every classroom that we have licensed. This means that school A, let's call it Masomo School, has 8 classrooms. Masomo School pays 8 classrooms times the cost of a license, which is $40 every term continuously. So it's a subscription-based business model.
My question is, because your platform is a software as a service, it means that anyone could decide to come up with a software and go to a school, and they will be your competitor. So what are you doing to ensure that people outside there, or just anyone, cannot come and be your competitor?
Yeah, so like I said, we currently are locking in partners, which I didn't talk about, but they are partners who offer value-add services into schools who we have put on board onto our platform. This means that for anybody who would want to replicate what we are doing, they would also have to go to those partners who offer those services to those schools and lock them. But as it is right now, the agreements that we have are exclusive. So it means you'd have to get other partners. You'd be lucky if those partners who work with schools have a network of schools where they work. But that's now, it's the race that we are in, trying to identify who are the most important partners who, when we lock them, this gives us a good access into schools, particularly in delivery of education and, other outcomes.
All right. One last question.
All right, because you mentioned you're planning to do your seed round raise, right? Just thinking through, if you got enterprise clients, think of KCB Foundation, MasterCard Foundation, Equity Foundation, even Ministry of Education for a sample group. Just from the numbers you've shared, would those revenues be almost equivalent to the round you're raising, meaning you could run for longer and raise later?
Yeah, you're right. You're very right. We are currently actually in talks with KICD, with NEC, and with other partners who potentially could swing that. And that's why we still haven't discussed the what the implications of the raise would be like. Because again, this is also the additional asks that we'd have for any investor that would want to work with us. Yeah, and top of that is looking at other African countries who have adopted CBC, and this is a very big plus that we'd be looking at for any investor, and we have to discuss this. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. Let's give Mr. Nguru a round of applause. Well done, man.